Out to me and they're saying, well, Floyd Mayweather now has joined Terence Crawford's camp. Does that mean Floyd Mayweather doesn't like Jaron Boots Ennis? Floyd Mayweather went to Terence Crawford camp to give Terence Crawford advice on Canelo Alvarez.
Floyd Mayweather just visited Crawford in camp. Is he going to help him how to beat Canelo, any of that? Why not? He beat Canelo.
Bud usually don't smoke guys right off the rip anyway. He don't never do that. He lulls them in, he fills them out, and then he beats them to death.
Are you ready for this? Canelo was stunned to hear that Floyd Mayweather showed up to train Terence Crawford. Word quickly spread through the boxing world that Mayweather visited Crawford's camp, and many believe it's connected to Jaron Boots Ennis joining Canelo's team. Fans and analysts say Mayweather's presence could shift the balance, giving Crawford an edge in preparation. This shocking twist has everyone talking, with one big question on their minds: how will it impact the fight?
When we saw that he's in camp with him, right? And so people are saying now that they reached out to me and they're saying, well, Floyd Mayweather now has joined Terence Crawford's camp. Does that mean Floyd Mayweather doesn't like Jaron Boots Ennis? Floyd Mayweather went to Terence Crawford camp to give Terence Crawford advice on Canelo Alvarez. Well, one, Terence Crawford is not fighting Jaron Boots Ennis. That's number one. Number two, it's not shots at Jaron Boots Ennis if Floyd Mayweather was to go to Terence Crawford camp. Number three, I saw this clip that Fight Hype had put out, and it's an old clip of Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford at Shakur Stevenson's sparring session in Las Vegas. Shakur had called them all to be at that sparring session, okay? And Floyd Mayweather assisted. Now, Floyd Mayweather took on Canelo Alvarez September 14th of 2013. That was 12 years ago, okay? And so with that said, this one has nothing to do with the other. Floyd Mayweather, from what I'm being told from Terence Crawford's camp, that he has not went up to Colorado and helped Terence Crawford do anything. Okay, now I don't know if he's willing to or not. I don't know if Terence Crawford reached out to him or not. I don't know if they spoke on the phone or not. But, you know, it's when you saw Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather at the top-ranked gym watching Shakur Stevenson, and they had a conversation with Eddie Hearn. That's very, very old. Okay, that's very old. Now, Floyd Mayweather has stand pat on Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world currently right now.
One of Pound 4's tweets showed Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford enjoying themselves at camp. Floyd's visit to Crawford's training instantly shook the boxing world, with many calling it a major turning point. They believe Mayweather's experience could give Crawford valuable insight for his fight with Canelo. Still, questions were raised about his timing and hidden motives. Right now, this is the most talked about story in boxing. Trainer Robert Garcia weighed in with a calm, logical take. He reminded fans that Crawford has already proven himself through years of discipline and hard work. While Mayweather's presence excites fans, Garcia stressed that it's Crawford's dedication that will ultimately decide the fight. Crawford has been sharpening his skills and strategy long before Floyd stepped in, and Garcia made it clear that one piece of advice won't change the outcome of a fight of this magnitude. Throughout Crawford's career, the real difference-maker has been his preparation and mindset. Garcia's perspective also shows his belief that Crawford can handle the toughest challenges without needing validation from anyone else.
Floyd Mayweather just visited Crawford in camp. Is he going to help him how to beat Canelo, any of that? Why not? He beat Canelo. Pita, what do you think about this? Mayweather visiting Crawford in camp. Does that help Crawford at all? No, motivation. Mayweather's very charismatic. No, it doesn't make it. Maybe they saw Boots sparring Canelo and they had to respond to that. You don't think so? But that's a big advantage for Canelo to have Boots spar him.
Yeah,
Boots is just like Crawford.
Boots is very good and very
I think Boots.
partner.
You don't think Boots is like Crawford? Okay, so does that help Canelo, like having good sparring?
Yeah, that's really good.
Boots is 34-0 with 30 knockouts. Huh?
What if Boots went in probably?
That's what people are saying on the internet.
In recent years, fans and critics have often compared Crawford to Mayweather, noting their shared patience, calmness, and skill inside the ring. Floyd brings unique insight because of his own fight with Canelo years ago, and that experience could add to what Crawford already knows. Floyd understands Canelo's timing and ring style firsthand, but Crawford isn't relying solely on that knowledge. Being seen as Mayweather's successor comes with pressure, yet Crawford appears ready to carry it. Excitement keeps building as people wonder if Floyd's input can influence the outcome. Still, the reality is clear. Crawford's foundation is already solid.
For his dominant victory in the mega fight of this era, which is Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford, everybody started talking and asking, is Terence Crawford one of the greatest ever? Could he end up retiring undefeated, passing Floyd's record, and being one of the greatest fighters ever? And that performance definitely put him on the right foot toward that direction. But I wanted to look at Floyd Mayweather, who is possibly the greatest fighter ever and was the greatest fighter hands down of the era right before him. I want to compare Floyd versus Terence Bud Crawford. They both fought it at 147. This, in real life, if the eras aligned, could have been a matchup that could have realistically happened. And who would have won? Now, I don't like making these predictions until a fighter's career is fully over because we don't know which direction Crawford's career can go. Looks like it's going to just keep going up, but you never know. So I like waiting until fighters retire. But I want to compare the two fighters here. Look at sparring. Now, guys, I use sparring clips because I cannot use
Stanton highlights Crawford's incredible physical abilities, which continue to impress everyone who watches him. At 38, most fighters start to slow down, but Crawford remains fast and powerful. Stanton points out that he still has the hunger and energy of a much younger athlete. In sparring, his sharp reactions and precise accuracy make him look years younger than his age. Training partners say his movement and punching style give them confidence and push them harder. What Stanton finds most striking is not just Crawford's skill, but how his rhythm constantly changes instead of staying predictable. Because of this, Stanton believes Canelo won't be able to match Crawford's energy level.
Springs, Colorado, a training camp with Terence Crawford, and mainly that's why we're here. So if you can, what a lot of people are going to want to know is, how was the experience getting in the ring with Terence, and without giving away situations and game plans and stuff like that. What can you tell us from your experience in that camp?
He don't look like a 38-year-old in the ring. I can say that. Experience. I sparred him a few times. He's good experience, and he's just different, man. His heart different. I really think he's gonna pull this off.
So I would say, how long you been coming here?
2 years.
2 years. So I would say, like, about a year and a half ago, he first sparred Lester Martinez, who's on the undercard of Crawford Canelo. And Bomac said to me, he said, regarding Al, he said, hey, man, if Bud ever fights Canelo, because that's always, for the past couple years, I know it's been in talks, he said he would be perfect sparring for Canelo, but I fought him. So, went out there, got that experience. But what does that experience do for you? Do you go in there, obviously, you're in there with the best fighter, arguably the best fighter in the world right now.
Yeah. And,
does that elevate your game to take it to the next step?
Yeah, next level shit. You turn me up, man. Being with Mo and all them, they made me a better fighter. I upped my game.
Is there any concerns, like you would say, with Bud, that going into this fight, that with some stuff you could say you would hope he stays away from, or?
Nope. He's grown in size. He's pretty big, and he's been sparring heavier guys.
And you feel his power. The guy's a natural. Started his career as lightweight, so you feel his power.
Well, obviously, you've never been in there with anyone as good as him, because there might not be anyone as good as him. So what really I don't want to say surprised you, but what did you really take note of that, holy shit, this guy?
Crawford shows the kind of dedication that separates true champions from the rest. He trains hard and constantly pushes himself to the limit. His routine includes intense cardio to stay strong through every round and sparring sessions that feel like real fights. The focus he puts into every detail proves how serious he is about his approach. Fighters know that skill alone isn't enough when moving up in weight. It takes flawless conditioning. Every day in camp, even in the toughest heat, brings him closer to his goal. His team works closely to correct weaknesses and sharpen strengths. Crawford's level of preparation makes it clear that he remains a serious threat, even against bigger and stronger opponents.
There you go. Head forward. There you go, Bernie. There you go, Bernie. Drop it with that, man. Kidney shot, Bernie. There you go. There you go.
He gonna take it though.
There you go. Kidney shot, Bernie.
He gonna never
Kidney
show
shot, Bernie.
Tell me
Kidney
later.
shot, Bernie. Turn him up, Bernie. Turn him up, Bernie. Turn him up, Bernie. Turn him up. Turn him up. Turn him up, Bernie. He ready to fall, Bernie. Turn him up. Turn him up. Turn him up. Head soul, Bernie. You back. You back, Bernie. You back. Good body shot. Good body shot. Beautiful body shot. Beautiful body shot. Beautiful body shots, Bernie. Nice body shot. Turn him up. Turn him up, Bernie. Turn him up. Turn him up. Turn him up. Turn him up, Bernie. Turn him up. If he dies, he dies. If he dies, he dies.
Bernie the boxer has strong opinions about Crawford's training and points out that each session looks sharper than the last. He emphasizes that Crawford is proving himself to be the best when it comes to both conditioning and preparation. The hard work in the gym shows directly in how much stronger and more focused Crawford appears every day. Bernie admits that Canelo also benefits from having a top-level fighter like Jiren in his camp, showing that both men are doing everything possible to be ready. Still, Bernie believes Crawford stands out because of his consistency and determination, especially with how much he has improved during camp. To him, it's clear that Crawford is mentally locked in and fully prepared to deliver his best on fight night.
Crawford got off the plane, had the 8, and they fought. And he sparred Richard Hitchison first. So he went with Richard Hitchison and Brian Norman, all in the same session. Just got off the plane, didn't eat, and they had a good sparring session. That's it. He didn't get smoked. Bud usually don't smoke guys right off the rip anyway. He don't never do that. He loads them in, he fills them out, and then he beats them to death. When we asked Brian Norman to come to training camp, because he had good work, they turned us down.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brian Norman. I'm just telling the truth. That's it. So you might have a good session with Crawford. What great champion didn't have good sessions with? Some people had good sessions with the champion. That's not nothing out of the ordinary. I watched this documentary. He said this guy came out of nowhere. He gave Dempsey a bad time. He said, I can do that, but only for about a round. I go out around the town, bang up a couple guys, and me and Dempsey can go at it, build up a reputation, and then we'll go at it. So, like I say, Brian Norman, at least he didn't stay in the sparring session. He moved up here world champion now, and he getting his just due. He worked hard, and he wasn't scared. He didn't back down. Like I say, he gave a good account of himself in every sparring session with the guys that he sparred with, Tank and most notably Crawford.
Does this build a different type of fuel? Just knowing that, hearing everybody saying that, hey, Canelo is really taking this training camp real seriously due to him bringing some of these sparring partners in. Tell me, do you feel like that fuels the team Crawford?
When they signed it, that was the fuel.
It's fair to say Crawford doesn't have much to lose in this fight. As Joel Dios explains, he's stepping up to face someone in a higher weight class, so a win would be historic. If Crawford loses, he can return to his natural division without damaging his reputation. Dios views this matchup less as a career risk and more as a smart business move. No matter the outcome, Crawford's legacy as a pound-for-pound great is already secure. Looking at it this way removes pressure from Crawford and highlights how much more is at stake for Canelo. Dios points out that Canelo must defend his image as the king of super middleweight, while Crawford enters with nothing to fear.
Terence Crawford wins. But he wins money. Because now, hey, you know what, as my friend that you are, I make you an offer. Would you fight Canelo? I'll give you 40 million. I don't know if it's 40, I don't know if it's 50, 60, but he's not gonna make no less than $10 million. So right there, Crawford's winning, regardless. As a fighter, like, dude, you give me 20 million, I'll fight anybody. I'll fight Anthony Joshua right now. So Terence Crawford has to sell the fight. He has to say, I'll beat Canelo, left and right, whatever, right? But we've seen it we've seen it many, many times. When fighters move up 2 divisions to beat a champion, they fail. I mean, I saw it with Mikey Garcia when he fought Earl Spence. I saw it when Demetrius Andre, a 147 pounder, was avoided for years. He moved to 54, he was avoided. He moved to 160, he fought maybe once or twice. Nobody wanted to fight him, so he moves to 68 and fights Benavidez. What happens? He looked good for the first 3 rounds because he's good. But once that heavy monster is coming at you, he'll destroy you. Terence Crawford, don't get me wrong, he's been my #1 pound for pound for years. But he just moved up from 47 to 54. Now, he's going to go from 54 to 60 to 68. I mean, to fight the moneymaker. We call him the moneymaker because Canelo Alvarez is the fighter of the era. I mean, it's like going back years, a few years ago.
Gabriel Rosado offers a balanced technical breakdown, reminding fans that Crawford struggled at times against Madrimov when he first moved up to 154 pounds, and jumping to 168 will be an even bigger challenge. Rosado points out that Canelo's recent setbacks weren't because he lost his skills, but rather due to flaws in technique during specific fights. His perspective warns fans not to overlook Canelo, who still carries serious power at super middleweight. As Crawford climbs divisions, he's stepping into unknown territory where size and strength matter more than ever. Rosado's analysis highlights the real risks and makes it clear this fight isn't automatically in Crawford's favor.
Skull fight was just a bad style. And I think Canelo was like, why force the issue? You know what I mean? I'm up, this guy's running, I'm not gonna take a chance. So I think that it was that kind of fight for Canelo. But Madrimov did give Crawford problems, you know what I'm saying? And where I felt like, damn, at 54, he gave you problems. 68 is different, you know what I'm saying? So you going up 3 weight classes, because he was 47, 54, 60, 68, that's 3 weight classes. It's a major difference, man. And you know, one thing is like, right, so people are saying Canelo has problems with movers, but the reality is Crawford's not a mover. Crawford's not a fighter that fights on his feet in the sense of boxing, kind of like, let's say, how a Pernell Whitaker would box, or how Landy Lara would.
Chris Algieri leans toward Canelo, emphasizing the natural advantages of his body and fighting style at super middleweight. He explains that Canelo is not only bigger but also highly experienced at controlling the ring, cutting off angles so opponents can't escape. This forces them into uncomfortable exchanges, where Canelo's pressure has broken down many elite fighters in the past. Algieri acknowledges Crawford's brilliance, calling him perhaps the best pure boxer, but warns that Canelo's size and relentless approach may be too much for Crawford to mentally and physically withstand. His prediction favors Canelo, showing that while many admire Crawford's skill, some analysts still see size and pressure as deciding factors.
So, okay, so you feel Canelo is going to win the fight?
I leaned Canelo, yeah.
Yeah.
I always have. I've always leaned Canelo. Just it's the good big man versus the good small man.
Recently, though, we've seen the good small man beat the good big man because of the speed.
Yes. Yeah. But Canelo's not slow. You know, it's not like Canelo is actually a smaller man who's come up to fight a lot of bigger men. Because his hand speed, the guys can't deal with him. So his ability to cut off the ring, the fact that he imposes his will, he puts a lot of mental pressure on his opponents without even doing a whole lot. He doesn't throw a ton of punches. He throws less now than ever, but he's there. He's got this frame and his physique. And I've sparred Canelo. The guy's a tank. Like he's very physical in the ring without doing a whole lot, just because of his presence.
Thanks for watching. That's it for today's update.